Hi, this is Ty Allen, the CEO at SocialClimb. I'm excited to introduce some new features that we've just rolled out into your account that we call patient targeting. Patient targeting consists of four key components: the predictive analytics components, the reputation ads delivery, the call tracker system, and the marketing report card. Let's take a look at each of these. I know this is a busy page, but take a look at those details in this Las Vegas area search. So what I did here, using the predictive patient analytics feature set, is do a search for orthopedic joint pain at the level of high, in the high category. In the search area there in the Las Vegas area, you can see four areas, four blue markers indicating where locations exist for this office, for this practice. They have four office locations, and the number of doctors in each location are what those numbers represent. Each of the colored shapes represent zip codes in the Las Vegas area, and each of those have been colored based on the density of patients that match this predictive analytics data set for this search. So you can see that Dr. Hansen is seeking patients down in the bottom right corner, down in the southeast corner of Las Vegas in the Henderson area. And he would like to attract more patients who have orthopedic joint pain. So in this case, we've clicked on the zip codes that have the highest density of patients down there in the southeast corner of Las Vegas and created a geo-target that consists of 8 zip codes, and it's called the Dr. Hansen Henderson geo-target. Now we know that when we focus ad spend in those zip codes, we'll be doing so with a prediction that there'll be a higher number of the patients that Dr. Hansen wants to target in that area. Dr. Hansen's staff makes 2 decisions on this screen. Once we created that zip code target, you can see it's right there in the middle, Dr. Hansen's target zip codes. They're going to choose that. On the left-hand side, they chose already $22 a day to spend on his ad budget. They actually are spending that 5 days a week, basically whenever their call center is open. And on the right-hand side, they're running the sports medicine playbook. The sports medicine playbook has all the details in it so that the system automatically configures these Google ads to move Dr. Hansen to the top of the search results. So that has the title, the headline, the keywords, the negative keywords, all those components and configurations to make the sports medicine surgeon come to the top of the search result when the right keywords are used to search by a potential patient. The result is Dr. Hansen's great reputation, you can see here, moves to the top of the search result in zip code 89002 when somebody does a search for orthopedic surgeon. They did a search for knee surgeon, they did a search for some other sports injury related keyword set, Dr. Hansen would come to the top of that search result. And we're only spending here for Dr. Hansen in those 8 zip codes where he knows there's a lot of patients that he wants to attract into this particular office. So it focuses the ad spend in a very specific way. Now, once somebody clicks on one of these ads, there's only 2 things we want them to do. We want them to call into the practice and schedule an appointment, or we want them to click through and self-schedule into an appointment. That's what we're all about here, is more appointments for Dr. Hansen. So in this case, we're using the call and click tracker system, so that if somebody does click and self-schedule or click and call into the practice on one of those ads, we can track it. In this case, over the last 30 days, Dr. Hansen's had 77 inbound phone calls in this ad, and he's had 61 of those that the system has identified as net new and 16 as existing. How does it identify which ones are net new? When a caller calls in, their caller ID is captured. That caller ID is taken back to the practice management system to identify whether that's an existing patient or not, whether that number is known to the practice or not. If it's not known, the assumption, and this proves to be pretty effective, is that this is a potential new patient. So we're tracking those as potential new patients. Now we want to know how many of those convert. So here's the payoff, the marketing report. This is showing Dr. Hansen's marketing report for the first quarter of 2020. On the left, on the top side, you can see that there are some calls and some clicks that came through there, kind of the daily counts on those. And on the right, you can see really 3 columns: the reputation, the ads, and the total. So let's just look at each of these. The reputation ad shows that 104 people during this time period actually clicked on Dr. Hansen's Google My Business pages, not even his ads. Lots of good marketing things happen there. That's always the baseline. Get the reputation really strong. So in this case, 104 people actually clicked on Dr. Hansen's Google My Business pages. Of those, 18 converted or got appointments that we were able to trace. That's a 17% conversion rate. He has an $1,100 value per patient. So that's $19,000 in revenue. And he spent $300 building his reputation during that first quarter. So his total cost for acquiring those 18 patients per patient was $17 per patient for the patient acquisition cost. Now, the next column over is the ads column. In this case, this is where we just were discussing delivering ads to certain zip codes. In this case, 64 people clicked on those ads. 25 of those converted to become appointments. We were able to trace those back and identify those as people who either still have appointments or did have appointments and have become patients in one way or another for Dr. Hansen. That's a 39% conversion rate. Again, $1,100 value per patient on average for Dr. Hansen. That's $27,000 in potential revenue there. So at a $1,300 spend, because he was spending $22 a day, it's about $350 a month. $1,300 for the quarter, that's about $52 per patient to acquire those patients into the practice. And that third column is a blended rate, showing the combination of reputation and ads that when combined for him during this first quarter of 2020, his cost per patient to acquire a patient was $37 on average. Now at the bottom of this report, you can see the list of all the patients. Of course, these names have been changed, but each patient who gets acquired, in this case there would be 43 of them in this quarter for Dr. Hansen, is listed. So we would be able to scroll through this list, and in the far right column you can see the attraction source there, showing which marketing effort brought each of these patients into the practice. So at the end of the month, the management team can literally show a report to each doctor who's running these tools to show which patients came in and what their cost was to get those patients. If you'd like to learn more about these features and how you can use them in your practice, contact your customer success rep today or give us a call at 512-601-0986.